Hello everyone and welcome to the March edition of Price Know How Snippets. As always, I'm joined by my Managing Director Mike Boswell and our Polyolefins Product Manager Ian Chisnell. Same format as always, Mike's going to talk to us about some of the fundamentals that are affecting the polymer market, and then Ian's going to talk to us about feedstock prices and what that means for polymer prices. So I'll start off with you, Mike. Can you tell us what's been going on with regard to exchange rates, oil prices, and all of that good, interesting stuff?
Thanks, Catherine. Yes, of course. So starting with oil prices, not a lot of movement actually. The average oil price in January was 83.95 per barrel. In February, it's 83.50. The range was slightly reduced. So in January, we saw a range of 77.84 to 88.19, and in February from 79.94 to 86.61. So a tighter range. I'm putting that in terms of price per tonne. The average in January is about £517 a tonne and about £521 a tonne in February. So not much movement. The same really applies to exchange rates. So in January, the pound against the euro is 1.14. In February, the average was 1.13 against the dollar, 1.22, and in February, 1.21. So not a lot going on there. I think we are aware of the fact that wholesale gas prices are continuing to fall, which is good news and may start to be reflected in energy costs for plastic processors and plastic producers. But actually, we look at the situation of polymer producers, I think really they're facing classic stagflation economics, where we see static or falling selling prices against the backdrop of increasing input costs in terms of inflation, energy, labour and monomer. I think that's a great point to hand over to Ian, and he can tell us more about what's happening with monomer and polymer prices and what we might see happening in February. Ian, over to you.
Many thanks, Mike. So monomers was a small movement from February into March. So both ethylene and propylene both rose by €30. So ethylene C2 rose from 12.60 to 12.90, and C3 propylene went from 11.55 to 11.85, which was pretty much in line with market expectations. It kind of followed naphtha. We are seeing some increased demand for uses for monomers outside of polymers. Propylene oxide, for example, is something where we're seeing an increased demand, so that's kind of affected the prices a little bit. In terms of polymers, as Mike says, the producers are facing some issues in terms of, tough demand coupled with increased costs. So it's a difficult balancing act for them at the moment. They're going to be looking to try and push through a €30 increase, but against that, they don't want to stifle demand, so they may end up with around about a rollover. So I'm not going to nail my colours to the mast in any particular price. It will be somewhere between rollover and €30 increases that we're going to face. Hope that helps.
Thanks very much, Ian, and thank you, Mike. More information will be out in our full edition of Price Know How around the middle of the month. If you do have any further questions in the meantime, then please feel free to contact myself, Mike or Ian, or indeed your customer service team, and we'd all be delighted to help you. Thanks very much.